reality is that the market is slowly shifting from a seller's market. It's still seller's market, but it's slowing down. So the offers that people are getting are not as lucrative, and it only made sense to sell it for a certain price. So like that 1,200,000, it was basically their price. There were some homes that sold like 2 months ago in the peak that were more, not like crazy more, but like 100,000 more. And like these are the best of their version. And first you have to tell them, hey, look, we're not in the same market, but if your expectations are to make at least this much, we got to do everything we can to make it worth your while. If they didn't want to do that, then you just have to set their expectations lower and be like, hey, look, I think that if we don't do this, or you don't have the money to do this, or you don't want to do it, you don't want people in your house, you don't want tradespeople in your house, doing these fixtures, then maybe the home will sell around the 1.1 mark and not 1.2 or 1.125. But it really will make a difference. So they agreed to do all that stuff, and then I agreed to get the whole main floor staged as we remove all the couches. So the painting costs around $2,600. That includes touch-ups on the trims, the whole hallway, the upper hallway where you have like, you're going up the stairs and the hallway looks like it's like 15 feet high. Very tough to paint for the average person. So it's good to hire a professional and not take the risk of falling, breaking your hand, or spraining your ankle, or worse. And the light fixtures cost the clients around $1,000 for all the lights. Maybe another $1,000 for installation. So you're looking at $5,000 in improvements to the home, which made a huge difference. Once we did all that and then we added the staging, it made a huge difference, right? We listed the price at a competitive, fairly competitive market value price where it seemed attractive. And I believe it listed on Friday. So Friday had a few appointments, but Saturday, Sunday, you had like almost 15 appointments each. And if you're asking how can these people be home for so many appointments, if you guess that they left to go to their grandparents, moms, and the kids went to the grandparents for a few days, that's exactly what happened. There was just too much action. On Tuesday, we ended up getting 5 offers, and one of the offers ultimately went up to 1.22. So even though they were hoping for 1.2 million, they got 1.22 million. And I think that all these features really made a huge difference. Staging the home shows the home in the best possible capacity. It just makes it so nice. People feel like they're living in luxury no matter what value they're actually purchasing, right? Because if you think of a luxurious home in today's market, you're thinking 3-4 million. And this is a home that's a little over $1 million. So it's not a luxury type of home. Whoever buys it is not really living a luxury. I mean, of course it's subjective, but in terms of a home value, so these changes, painting to a neutral color, changing the lights, getting the staging. If I had to guess what the house would sell for before that, I would guess it would sell for $1,125,000. There are other homes that sold like that have the same size, the same basement apartment that were just mediocre looking. So for the client to do $5,000, to pay out of pocket $5,000, I paid for the staging. To pay out of pocket $5,000 to have the improvements to the walls, to the lights, and overall have a much better radiant, rich feel to the home, which looks way better on the photos and videos and virtual tour, and brought so many people in the house. They ultimately sold the home for $1.22 million, which, if I had to guess, the extra $5,000 they spent to improve their home got them an additional $95,000 on the sale of their home. I can't just take all the credit for that, guys. But I did advise them to do these things. And if you subtract $5,000 for $95,000, they ultimately made $90,000 extra money on their home. Of course, they expected a high number, so these improvements were necessary. However, I would advise anyone selling a home to try to do those. And what are the correct improvements you're looking to make in your home? Basically, think of staging, lighting, and painting as not that expensive overall in the grand scheme of things. And could it really increase how many people want your home and therefore how much money you make? So whenever you're thinking about selling your home, guys, ask your realtor to come over. Give yourself a 2-week window, right? Ideally, if the home is already beautiful and you just need to get it on the market ASAP, for whatever reason, 48 hours is very possible. It's not a big deal. I mean, anyone can list your home right away, but you don't want to do it without the proper layout, with like at least decluttering the home, removing some basic stuff in the home just to make it more spacious looking and show off the best features, and then also photos, right, and videos. So 48 hours is probably the minimum, but if you invite your realtor over, he gives you some very good tips on how to improve the value of your home. You can agree or disagree. However, these 3 things I think are vital, especially in a seller's market, which is going to improve for this example, $90,000. In a neutral market, it should improve the value of your home by $15,000, $20,000, plus get your home sold right away, as opposed to waiting 30 days for a $20,000 less offer. And even if you spend $5,000, got 20 back, I would make that trade any day of the week, right?